Now I know what you're thinking. Technically, the Dark Ranger or the Death Ryuja was adapted in the Power Rangers through the comics, but not a lot of people keep up with the Power Ranger comics, and for the people who did, they kinda dropped out after Shattered Grid, so some of these people probably haven't read Beyond the Grid, so why not do a quick little recap video on what the Dark Ranger is about, how Heckle got his powers, and was this suit ever planned to be in Power Rangers Dino Charge? In this video, we're going to talk about it. So the Death Ryuja first appeared in the movie for Zuden Sentai Kyoryuja, Gabachino of Music. I probably butchered that badly. But what happens in this movie that I haven't seen, there is an antagonist called Ferocious Knight D, which is the suit for Badusa in Power Rangers Dino Charge, and that monster turns into the Death Ryuja, which is the Dark Ranger or the Talon Ranger, whatever you want to call it, and they're basically the antagonist of that movie. And what's really interesting about this movie character is they later appear in episode 39 of that Sentai series. So was the Death Ryuja ever planned for Dino Charge or Dino Supercharge? Well, according to an interview with Yoshi Sadaso, apparently it wasn't, and the name Talon Ranger was sort of a placeholder name for what Xenowing would be called when they morph. So that's a really interesting note that the suit was never planned to be used to begin with, but later down the line in the comics, the Talon Ranger suit would be adapted in the arc for Beyond the Grid. Now, the Dark Ranger first made their appearance in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 29, where there was a lot of mystery surrounding who this Dark Ranger is, but the fandom knew that this was Heckle, and that was revealed to us at Power Morphicon in 2018. So from what I've heard with this story, is really cool that they had the actor Ryan Carter sort of hidden within the crowd, and when they asked the audience who the character is or who they think the Dark Ranger is, a lot of people were quick to say it was Heckle, and that's when they walked on stage and did their big reveal. So that's kind of a cool thing as well. So in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers issue 35, we learn the backstory with how Heckle became the Dark Ranger in a single issue flashback, learning about this origin story of how Heckle gets his Ranger powers. So basically, the issue takes place after the finale of Power Rangers Super Dino Charge, and it's a really interesting flashback as, if you remember, things went back to normal for everyone, and Heckle and Xenowing, they got sent back to Sentai 6 before it was destroyed, and things were back to normal. Heckle was living a peaceful life, but still worried about the danger looming over him, he began working on a dark morpher to work with the Energem. And doing this, it alerted Arcanon to sort of come knocking once again. And with Heckle's new power as the Dark Ranger, he's able to one-shot Arcanon and destroy him. But Heckle is unable to control this power, and he starts turning into Snide again. But Xenowing sacrifices himself to purify Heckle, and Heckle is left all alone in this world once again, unfortunately. So after that flashback, you find out that Heckle hears the call that Zordon put out, and that leads to Heckle arriving in that big, awesome page spread of all the Rangers in the Shattered Grid Wars, so we find out how they ended up there. But yeah, that's pretty much the Cliff Notes story of how Heckle became the Dark Ranger. Now, could we see Heckle return as the Dark Ranger in the Power Rangers TV show in the nearby future? It's a possibility. I mean, the Dino Charge actors are the ones that come back whenever they can, so it'd be really cool to see Heckle's actor come back and sort of do a reveal that they're a Ranger. That would be really freaking cool. I'd love to see that, but you never know. But I feel like we could see Heckle return in the nearby future, but seeing how we saw him in Beyond the Grid, maybe they'll return in the comics. You never know. That's something we can look forward to, but either way, it'd be really cool to see Heckle return in the TV show, and suddenly they're a Ranger. I'd love to see that. But anyway guys, what do you think of the backstory of Heckle and how he became the Dark Ranger? And overall, what do you think of the Death Ryuja suit? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. With that said, I'm out of here. Have a wonderful day or night. Peace out, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.